Welcome back to my channel. It's time for Real Talk Tuesday. It's time for Real Talk Tuesday. It's time for Real Talk Tuesday. I just want to give a big thank you to everybody who's already subscribed to my channel. If you are already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for choosing to hold space with your girl. Please click the notification bell so you know every time I post. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Bree Angelique, and here is where we do whatever the fuck we want to do. On my channel, I do intuitive readings, business videos, makeup videos, and Real Talk Tuesdays. Today's topic is relationships on social media. So I just want to start out by saying that obviously relationships are beautiful when they're done correctly. Relationships and love and people who are happy together and genuinely are combining their lives to work together to reach some type of common goal, or to just, love on each other and have someone to love and support throughout the rest of their days. Whatever the case may be, relationships are beautiful when they're done right, okay? I feel like oftentimes, though, when you're seeing a relationship that is heavy on social media or heavy into the perception of things, a lot of those times those relationships are not really substantial, or they're not really having, the life-changing conversations and the character building conversations that they should be having in that relationship. Just because you get a person to say that they're your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband or your wife does not necessarily mean that that title is substantiated with a foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a bank. And it's just like currency. Like American money is supposedly backed by the gold, right? So the US dollar is backed by gold. Without the gold, the dollar doesn't really mean anything. So the way that I see it, without the foundation, the title doesn't really mean anything. What do you have in your relationship if you've built nothing and you're just calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend? You got half of nothing, okay? You got half of nothing. And really, that's marriage. Because when you're boyfriend and girlfriend and you both ain't got shit, then you really ain't got nothing. So I just feel like it's important to note off the break that relationships are not just kikis. Like, they're not just photo ops. They're not just an opportunity for views and likes and comments and shares. Like, a relationship is honestly taking responsibility for another human being's emotions. Like, no, you're not in control of how things affect them, why they affect them, and things like that. However, you are responsible for understanding each other's triggers and traumas so that you're not consistently triggering and adding to their trauma. And so that kind of perfectly segues into my next point. Another reason why I find myself not really appreciating or getting behind social media couples is because they're kind of selling a dream. Like, a lot of the couples that become popular, and especially with the young adult group, or like the teenagers, the older teenagers, those couples are like the ones that are buying each other the fancy cars and always wearing designer, always moving into a new home and things like that, flaunting money, having all the drama, having the babies, all that extraness gets glorified and glamorized by way of these couples channels and by these couples pages on Instagram, and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, the couples goals. It all started when we started saying goals. And I think we can all agree that the foolishness really kicked up when we started saying goals under regular people's pictures on Instagram on the Discover page. Because if we all just go back to a beautiful time like 2010, 2007, this is the time period where reality love was even at a minimum. Like, if you wanted love, you had to watch like Flavor of Love, I Love New York, or The Bachelor. So it's like we kind of went from an era of knowing that the idea of love was being glamorized because it's on television. Those shows that I just mentioned, like your reality love competition shows, where we know that the love is like fabricated to a certain extent. It went from that type of obvious to now kids are literally legitimately and rightfully so confused as fuck as to what a relationship really is in 2020. And we can all collectively thank channels. YouTube channels, Instagram pages, couples goals, hashtags, and the like. I just feel as though if you're going to be a publicized influencer, rich, famous couple, then you should show both sides. What is it that you're actually trying to sell here? And who are you trying to sell it to? Just like we have to hold music accountable and artists accountable for the messages and the images that they're promoting and portraying about the culture, we also need to start holding these couples channels and couples pages accountable for the images of love and relationships that they are perpetuating for the children who are coming after them. Okay, there is an important, like, there, you have to understand, especially when you're on YouTube, that you are a role model. I'm sorry to say it, but when people start looking at you for how to legitimately live their lives and move forward in loving relationships, which are very important because they're where children come from, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than just making a quick 20,000 because you got 1 million views on Instagram and on YouTube for breaking up your boyfriend's stuff in the house, or pretending like you were cheating, or pretending like you were leaving, and y'all got kids in the house. The people on YouTube know that y'all playing, but do your kids know? On the one hand, it's promoting good things, like being able to talk about your relationship with other people and, you know, being open to their advice. It teaches you how to be coachable. It teaches you how to be accountable and see yourself from a different point of view. All that potential is there. But on the negative side, you have people like me and other people who are more negative and not coming from a place of trying to educate, elevate, and teach and heal. And they're just going to slander your relationship. Start putting words in your partner's ear. Start putting thoughts in your head to the point where they can start playing a manipulation game because you're laying out all the pieces for them. You're making it very easy. I say all this to say that if your relationship is healthy and you are truly in love and enjoying it, and you feel like you have things to offer people about a perspective on maybe being in love young or finding love old or whatever the case may be, definitely promote that. Please promote that, because people don't have enough examples of true love and healthy love in their immediate circles and in their communities. That's an important thing for them to see. That's an asset. But if you're only in a relationship for business and you honestly don't care if you're always cheating and embarrassing your person, or if you are causing your partner and your children emotional trauma, you know what I'm saying? If you don't care about any of those things, please don't put that out as a love channel. Put that out as a reality show or something. Like, don't slander love and romance and relationships and partnerships and marriage for everybody. Don't ruin that for everybody, okay? Don't make it look like trash when there's some people out here actually doing right. And the last thing that I want to say, because I always want to speak on the topic from a spiritualist perspective. From my spiritualist perspective, it saddens me to see so many young black people making these channels, making these YouTube channels, these couples pages on Instagram with their kids and their man, or their kids and their girl, and they're just not feeling them. And you can see they're not feeling them. You can tell they had children just for the content, because what I need y'all to understand is that you're playing a game. It's a dangerous game too. You're creating trauma bonds with people that have no business being in your life. And then you're going and storing all this negative energy that you have towards them in your womb. And then you're having their kids, and now these children have these generational traumas because you were too young, too fast, too caught up, too money hungry, too prideful, too immature, too whatever the case may be, to realize the consequences of your actions. These love couple channels that are just falling to pieces every 5 minutes. You have all these teenagers' hearts invested all over the country, all over the world in some cases, and you're living a lie. That's not moving in integrity. And you're damaging a generation, you're damaging the collective, and you're damaging the future souls that come into this world. So that's all I want to say, okay? Think twice before you start posting about your love life on social media. Think about who you could be helping by posting what you're posting, and then think about who you could be potentially harming by posting what you're posting. And just continue to make good choices. Love on who you want to love on. I ain't here to tell you that, but just try to keep it cute for the collective, okay? Keep it cute for the collective. All right. That's all I got to say. Thank you for joining me for Real Talk Tuesday. I will see you next week for our next topic. And let me find out what next week's topic is. Next week's Real Talk Tuesday topic is marriage. My opinion on marriage and how it has changed and transformed over my 20s. All right, guys. If you like this video, make sure you thumbs it up, leave a comment below, share with a friend, tell a friend about your girl. Hit that notification bell so you're here for the next Real Talk Tuesday video, and I will see you next week. Love and light.